Well, hello again. Welcome back. I thought I'd give you a quick little show me on how you get these things apart. You pull off the knobs. If you have any, they're really hard to pull off. I've seen this done where what you do is you find yourself an old tube sock, put a split in it, and then run it back behind the knob and try to pull the entire knob, as opposed to just trying to squeeze it and pull it off. These came off pretty easy, so... Okay, then you remove the back. This one actually still had its back. It was held on by... it went this way, actually. And this is the first radio I've ever encountered that had all these little push pin things. I recommend not ever try to put screws in there, in these holes, because they're not designed for it. Anyway, once you get the knobs out, you take out these two screws that are located back in there. I already took them out. And you just pull the whole radio out. This is the first time I've looked at it, so let's have a look and see what we have. This reminds me a lot of my 65X1. I've got a 65X1. That was my very first radio I ever did. And it is a great performer, and I just love it. This looks like it. Very similar layout, very similar design. This is an excellent candidate if you ever want to get into this hobby or want to fix one of these guys. These are good radios to do because there are actually very high quality parts in them. I don't think I've ever seen any of these old RCAs that had bad IF cans. Underneath, well, what do you know about that? That is original equipment. Very carefully looking at things. The most common thing that fails in these old radios that brought them into the service, it brought them in for service, was this big old monster can. It's called an electrolytic filter capacitor. That's that hum you're hearing. It's really a good idea to keep those in good working condition. And typically if a radio's ever been repaired, this will be cut off somewhere and have another one soldered in, and obviously this one has never had that done. This is going to be a fun radio to do. It's full of that rubber coated wiring that if you move it too much, it'll start just flaking apart. It looks like someone's put a new cord on it sometime in the past. This does not look like the original cord. And everything else appears to be just about as original as they come. Anyway, kids, thanks a lot for looking, and I will keep you apprised of how this little project goes.